Silence is golden. Meditation Matters by Angelo. Chapter 17. Summary. Quote, "Whoever knows their self knows their Lord." Close quote. That's by Amin al-Din Baliani. Baliani was a 13th century Sufi mystic and poet. Sufism is a mystical dimension of Islam. The word Islam means surrender. And interestingly, the word jihad means struggle. This word has sadly been misused for far too long. The real meaning here is to give up the internal struggle and surrender. I think we're beginning to get the idea. The name of the game is surrender. Baliani uses the word Lord as yet another placeholder for consciousness. The suggestion here is that if we know who we really are, then we will know consciousness. Whoever knows consciousness knows consciousness. This is, therefore, an obvious statement. The wisdom pivots on whether we really know ourselves. If we know ourselves only as a wave, then we will not know consciousness. If we know ourselves as the ocean, then we will truly know. The only way to know is to engage in an integrated meditation practice. This is a concise summary of the message. Countless millions of words have been written throughout the course of history to try to share this message with humanity. This book is just another way of trying to carry the same message through this particular instrument. Hopefully the explanations and metaphors have been helpful, but the real purpose here is to encourage as many people as possible to meditate. The key points from each of the chapters are as follows. 1. Introduction. Through regular practice, meditation gradually and naturally becomes an expression of who we are, rather than just something that we do. 2. Conscious awareness. There is a single consciousness that gives rise to universal experience. Consciousness does not create a separate material world. Consciousness creates the appearance of a material world out of itself, moment to moment. As well as the creation of experience through the movement of consciousness, there is also a primary aspect of consciousness that is unmoving and self-aware. All sentient life forms are instruments of perception, through which consciousness is able to experience and evolve its own creation. Human beings are one such life form, and we have evolved to the point where we are able to contemplate our own true nature, which is consciousness. Without contemplation, we believe ourselves to be separate, limited, personal bodies and minds. This simple mistake is the root cause of all individual and collective suffering. Religion and spiritual tradition point to our true nature as consciousness, but these beliefs are no substitute for direct experience. The only way to truly know and understand this wisdom is to experience consciousness for ourselves. This requires disciplined practice until revelation of the truth brings about transformation. 3. Waving goodbye. We believe ourselves to be waves, but actually we are the ocean. The way to experience heaven is to wave goodbye to our obsessive, addictive attachment to the belief in personal body-mind identity. We need to be engaging in practices that will deepen and expand our sense of existence. We practice and keep practicing until we abide in and as consciousness itself. 4. Meditation as a practice. Meditation requires practice. We cannot fail in meditation, but what we can often do is fail to meditate. What we are seeking to do in meditation is to rise above or go beyond the usual limitations of the restricted, agitated personal mind. The word that is commonly used to capture this sense of rising above or going beyond is transcendence. We transcend into increasingly higher vibrations of consciousness. 5. Transcendental meditation. The actual practice of TM is incredibly simple and effective. It involves resting in a comfortable position for 20 minutes twice per day and silently repeating a single word Sanskrit mantra. TM is sometimes known as a householder meditation technique. This term is used to describe a practice suitable for people who lead typical active lives with families, jobs, hobbies and other activities, as opposed to the lifestyle of a recluse, monk, sadhu or ascetic. TM is designed specifically for people who want to build a meditation practice into their existing lifestyle, whatever that may be. 6. Self-contemplation. The effectiveness of self-contemplation rests on the simple, logical, undeniable experiential fact that we cannot be anything that we are aware of. If we are aware of something, then we must be here first in order to be aware of it. We must be consciousness. Self-contemplation will reveal our own true nature. All we have to do is believe it and then keep reminding ourselves through practice until it becomes our experience. 7. Yoga. Yoga is a broad discipline that includes Hatha Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Raja Yoga. There is so much more to yoga than we may have previously imagined. The meaning is union, and the purpose is not just to gain access to higher states of consciousness, but to actually, experientially, return to becoming consciousness. 8. Mindfulness. The practice of mindfulness is to detach from brain activity, bring the attention to conscious awareness, and hence abide in a higher vibration of consciousness. We become mindful or aware of not being tangled up in the mind. This can gradually guide us from perpetual obsession with the personal mind to the more peaceful and detached state of awareness. Mindfulness can be a very helpful addition to an overall integrated meditation practice. 9. Binaural beats. The lower the frequency of brain waves, the less activity arises in the mind. As this constriction of consciousness in the brain is released, so we naturally and automatically default to a higher state. The reality that we are really searching for is to be able to experience being consciousness itself. This reality will come about if we match our frequency to the reality that we desire. This means persistently increasing our vibration of consciousness until we merge into it and hence become it. Brainwave entrainment can help us to do this. 10. Vibrational harmony. Resonance will unerringly attract the environment and experiences in life that correspond with our predominant mental attitude. If we are serious about meditation, then the wise choice must be to bathe in warm spiritual water and stay out of the vibrational freezer as much as possible. Silence is part of the treasure that exists within each of us. Silence is golden. 11. Prayer. Prayer and meditation are really two sides of the same coin. The purpose of prayer is union with consciousness, but it has two themes. The first theme is surrender, and the second is thanksgiving. If we do not pray with heart, then our words will be fairly meaningless. Intention is everything when it comes to prayer. 12. Practice the practice. Meditation is a skill that requires practice. It is simply not reasonable to expect that we can sit down and experience sustainable results after just a few sessions. Many people give up on meditation too soon because they feel that they are not getting anywhere. If only we knew how powerfully transformative the practice could become, we would not give up so easily. Expecting a quick result is futile. Slow and steady wins the race. The longer and more diligently we practice meditation, the more fortunate we become. 13. Abiding as consciousness. As we abide as consciousness, we literally bring the qualities of silence, stillness, peace, love, bliss, eternity, infinity, and wholeness into the world through our beingness. As we vibrate at a higher level of consciousness, we increase the vibration of our entire surroundings. This is not a personal achievement to be proud of. There is no person. This is consciousness being itself. The path to abiding as consciousness is to increasingly live our lives in meditation and to keep practicing the practice until meditation becomes who we are. We abide in consciousness. We abide as ourself. 14. Benefits of meditation. There is no doubting the physical, mental and emotional benefits of meditation, but the real prize is the inevitable spiritual awakening. Our whole philosophy and experience of life is transformed. The deeper we go, the better it gets. There is an overwhelming sense of peace and well-being. Fear falls away. There is a palpable sense of being connected to everyone and everything. Love floods into and through us in ways that are quite astonishing. Our whole lives become an opportunity for loving service. Wisdom arises spontaneously. We intuitively know what to say or do in any given moment. Judgment and criticism fall away, and the world is seen to be beautiful in all of its guises. There is compassion for all of the suffering. The presence of consciousness is felt everywhere because it is everywhere. We are consciousness. The sense of gratitude for this experience of life is overwhelming. 15. Show me the evidence. There is an avalanche of scientific research that conclusively validates the benefits of meditation. However, as the old proverb says, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. The best evidence for the effectiveness of meditation must surely come from our own experience. The only way to find out for sure is to engage in a meditation practice for a period of time and then see what happens. As we engage in an integrated meditation practice, so the evidence naturally becomes increasingly self-evident. 16. Why meditation matters. Meditation matters because matter is consciousness. Our perception of the world is an individual experience of consciousness rather than an unchallengeable fact. The world is not a fact, but consciousness is. In truth, consciousness is all there is. It is our thinking that creates our experience of life, and hence our perceived reality. Thinking takes place in the mind, and is a restricted, constrained, individuated form of consciousness. There is no matter as such. All matter is consciousness, appearing through the instrument of an individual mind. Matter doesn't really matter. All that actually matters is meditation. 17. Summary. We will never find silence, stillness, peace, love, bliss, eternity, infinity, and wholeness on the surface of our lives on any sustainable basis. The experience that we are looking for is the place that we are looking from. The golden silence of consciousness within each of us awaits our discovery. The pathway to this discovery is an integrated meditation practice. This is the message. Silence is golden. Meditation matters.